Hey everyone, welcome to 996 The Howl. Welcome back. And the worst part of the NHL season has finally ended. The preseason, which I loathe. I didn't watch any games. I always tell myself not to. The amount of emotions that come with watching hockey and watching your favorite team, couple that with the meaninglessness of the games, it's just hard to get your mind in a right spot when watching these games. If you're strong mentally and can just be like, these games mean nothing, I will watch these games if they're even on TV, because the first couple weren't even televised. The pains of being a Coyotes fan really comes up in preseason. But the Coyotes go 5-1-0 in preseason. The tank job is not working in preseason, at least. But, to burst all your bubbles right away, in 2016, the Colorado Avalanche went 6-0 in the preseason and then finished the season 22-56-4, last place, 48 points. We know how miserable that team was. But I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom and what have you. Just, you got to set your perspective straight that these games mean nothing. It's great that, the team feels good winning those games. They're learning a new system under a new coach. It's great to have a 6-game exhibition. Last season in the shortened season, there was no preseason. So it's good that they get acclimated under a new system, under a new coach. A lot of new guys in the dressing room just get more comfortable on the ice, and so that when the regular season starts on Thursday, it's pedal to the metal. Let's go. Let's see what we have. Also, I've been moving. I finally finished moving, so that's why I didn't have time to finish these games. Trying to get the setup right. We'll see how this works out. I know I have to move around so you guys can see the stats. But after the season preview, either Monday or Tuesday, we get back to the highlights playing behind me and just vlogs and reviews and reaction after each game. I love that part of hockey the most. So maybe, only this video and the preview video will feature the whiteboard. And then maybe, throughout the season here and there, I'll throw in a whiteboard video. So let's get into it. Yeah, they won these games. A lot of Pacific teams, and then only one Central Division team in Dallas. And they lost that one miserably. That was nationally televised in El Paso, Texas. Yes, the Coyotes were playing in Texas. So they beat the California teams, LA twice, Anaheim twice, and the last game last night against Vegas, they win out against a top competitor. I'm gonna miss these Pacific Division teams. It's gonna be hard to adjust to these new Central Division teams like the Jets, Nashville, Chicago, Dallas. It's been a while since the Coyotes have faced those teams in particular. The Predators, we saw a little bit in the play-in round. That should be fun. But these are the results. Coyotes going on a 3-game winning streak to start it, and then losing, and then getting back-to-back wins to end it. As terms of players, Lawson Krause, 6 points in 4 games. Not bad. The leading point getter for the Coyotes. We're looking for a bounce-back season for Krause. Look, he's going to get top 6 minutes. He better after this preseason performance, but he's a big power forward who just needs to get that offensive confidence back in his game. Great to see him perform. And then the top memer in the NHL, Louis Eriksson with 3 goals, 4 points in 4 games played. He was just shooting from wherever and the puck was going in. So it's good that, he's the type of player who will just shoot the puck on net, not overthink it like a couple of our guys like Keller and Schmaltz who put up goose eggs in the goal department this preseason. But at least Keller got 4 assists in 4 games, point per game. That's good. Schmaltz was a bit of a disappointment. 1 assist in 4 games. Expect better from Schmaltz. Come on. Gunther only played 2 preseason games, getting a goal and assist in 2 games played. Also, Ben McCartney played 1 game and got 2 assists. So Ben McCartney, whenever he plays, like whether it's AHL, the rookie tournament, NHL preseason, he's a point per game. It's going to be awesome. And honestly, I know I'm not going to make a video, it's too tight, but this upcoming Tucson Roadrunners team is loaded. They got Ben McCartney, Matthias Michelli, Liam Kirk, you got Prosvetov and Tendek in net. Uh, we'll see what happens with Soderstrom and Hayden, whether they start with the club or get sent down. But Tucson's going to be an exciting team to watch. So if you get tired of the tank job, I want to lift your spirits. Maybe the Roadrunners are just going to run away with it in their American Hockey League. They are loaded and with a lot of exciting players. Gunther went back to his Western Hockey League team in Edmonton. He will not play for the Roadrunners this upcoming season. And then Galchenyuk, who signed his professional tryout. He's on an official contract with the Coyotes. He will be playing with the Coyotes. If you have a Galchenyuk jersey laying around, put that back on. Wear it again. 2 assists in 4 games. No goals. I like to see him on the power play. And Kessel didn't play the whole preseason, but you could bet your bottom dollar he's going to make it to the opening night against Columbus on Thursday. He's not going to let his Iron Man streak end, even with the new coach. And, imagine if the new coach does sit out Kessel because he feels he didn't really practice with the team much and he's not up to speed with the systems. That would take courage for a new coach to do that. A rookie coach in the NHL to sit out a veteran guy like Phil Kessel, who's on a great Ironman streak. That would be something. That will make headlines on NHL.com. And then looking at the defenseman, I'm never going to write out Gostisbehere's name. I'm always going to put Ghost. 2 points in 4 games played. Connor Timmins from that Darcy Kemper trade, where we also got a first-round pick. We got a great defenseman. 5 points in 4 games played. Soderstrom had a strong showing, 3 points in 4 games. And Chychrun, continuing his dominance against Anaheim, scored 2 goals in 1 game against the Ducks and played 3 games. The power play was amazing, which it's been down in the dumps for... Last year was a bit of an increase, but you're playing against California teams a lot. So their power play numbers were a bit inflated facing the California teams. But if they could get a strong power play going, the power play I felt was ineffective under Tocchet in all his years. So 26% is great. Their PK, maybe a small sample size. They killed off 8 penalties against their first game against Anaheim. So they faltered against Dallas a little bit, but it was still a bit short at 81%. I would like to see who their penalty killing unit is coming into this season because a lot of guys have been shipped out. No more Dvorak. Obviously, Richardson, Grabner, Soderberg. Those were a season prior. But, maybe you'll have Fisher, maybe Krause, Roussel, Beagle. We don't have Pitlick either. So we'll see how the new penalty kill unit comes together and their power play unit. I imagine Keller, Schmaltz, Galchenyuk, Kessel, and Chychrun would be PP1. That's overloaded. But maybe you might spread the love with the second unit. Maybe put in a power forward on that first unit to go in front of the net. So maybe Krause and Fisher could do that. And then moving on to the goalies. I've never mentioned him in any video because I thought he wouldn't be anything. But Vejmelka really turned heads this preseason. He played a lot of games in relief. In these preseason games, goalies will sometimes split or a goalie will come in just to play the third period. And Vejmelka played a lot of minutes, but only officially played 1 game and got the win. 96.08 save percentage. He was a free agent signed in May, originally drafted by the Nashville Predators in 2015. He was talked about a lot in preseason. We'll see what happens. I imagine he goes to Tucson, but they already have Prosvetov and Tendek, so maybe they'll carry 3 goalies there, or someone gets pushed to the ECHL, which I'm forgetting what that stands for right now, East Coast Hockey League. So we'll see what happens with Vejmelka. Prosvetov, like I just mentioned, only played 1 game, 93.75%. Kojanaj, he was in on that Dallas game. That's why his numbers are pretty poor. And Hutton, 2-0, the tank commander, Carter Hutton, with it sporting a 9.455 save percentage. So, I'm not confident in this goaltending situation. I love the younger goalies and Prosvetov, Kozhanaj, Vezmelka. Then you have Tendek also in Tucson. But to have a tandem in Hutton and Kozhanaj, I'm uncomfortable with that. I was hoping they would get a goalie, a veteran goalie, as a stopgap. We'll see. Maybe throughout the season, Bill Armstrong will go out and get another goaltender. I believe Devin Dubnyk still hasn't had a team, still a free agent. So that's a veteran goalie, Dubnyk, who's been with the organization, who's average. He's not great, but I would feel more comfortable with a Dubnyk Hutton tandem than a Hutton and Kozhanaj tandem. And that's it. So it was preseason. It happened. We'll see. There still has to be some players cut. I'm interested to see what happens with Soderstrom and Hayden because a lot of people are speculating they'll go down to Tucson for another season. But for Soderstrom, I could see that happening, even though he's good. But for Hayden, I think for his confidence, it might hurt him. It might be detrimental if he's on the American Hockey League team for this season. But, we'll see. In the season preview video on Monday or Tuesday, the cuts will have happened. And we'll do a deep dive on how their roster looks, the lineup combinations, the power play, the penalty kill, how it all shapes up, how it all lines up, and what we can expect going into this season. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like what you see, spread the word. And thank you for your support.